There is really nothing like summer in Perth, Western Australia. A modern world city with the beautiful Swan River serves as the ultimate location for one of the most spectacular horse riding events anywhere in the world. It is here, Perth, where more than 100 riders from around Western Australia and the world converge to participate in a high-energy, fast-paced spectacle. Eventing is considered the ultimate test for horse and rider. Both must work together in perfect harmony to succeed in this most brutal of competition. This sport is anything but one-dimensional. There are three areas of focus. First, there is the dressage test, a series of movements judged on accuracy, calmness, obedience and harmony between horse and rider. Then there are the cross-country parts of competition. Long jumps and water features ensures that horse and rider need to be in excellent physical shape to be in contention. Finally, the show jumping segment is the technical display of horse and rider together. These fences and jumps are brightly coloured and contain elements that can be knocked down with just the slightest touch. Normally, an event of this type with dressage, cross-country and show jumping is contested over 3 days. But not this one. Horse and rider have to perform it all. Not just in one day, but in just one shot. For eventing in the park, they tackle this course. Sight unseen for the horse. You will see it all. Man versus woman, young against old, Olympic stars, new faces compete against the clock and the course with a chance to win over $110,000 in prizes. Eventing in the park brings this exciting sport to Perth and the banks of the Swan River, where spectators enjoy an up-close and personal view from the comfort of VIP marquees as these riders and their magnificent horses tackle this uniquely designed, beautiful and challenging course. It will be an event too good to miss. Welcome to Eventing in the Park, presented by Solid Gold Diamonds, the town of Victoria Park and Channel 9.
Welcome to Eventing the Park for 2014. This is a lovely location here on the South Perth foreshore and we hope you enjoy this unique event.
Coming up on the show, we have riding legend Clayton Fredericks tell us what eventing in the park is all about. We also chat to some top riders and their hopes in the event. Then we get into solid gold diamond class competition as riders aim to win a brand new Shaq's Holden Barina. After checking out the town of Vic Park fashions in the field and some of the Spices Catering, Wining and Dining on show, we then see the best of the best battle it out in the Shaq's Holden Grand Prix class with an awesome Holden Captiva up for grabs. Catch it all here in beautiful Perth, Western Australia, where you won't miss a moment.
Eventing is the ultimate test of horse and rider, comprising 3 disciplines: dressage, cross-country and show jumping. The scores from each combine to produce an overall total, with the lowest score the ultimate winner. Eventing in the park is bringing all the best parts of eventing and show jumping and condensing them into a spectacle of what is the 2020 cricket version of the sport, in true Grand Prix style. Eventing could be termed an equestrian triathlon. The challenge for event riders is finding and training the one horse to be successful in all 3 disciplines. A horse that can be elegant and obedient in the dressage, fast and brave on the cross-country, and careful in the show jumping. Here today at Eventing in the Park, you will see a condensed version of the traditional sport of eventing, combining the two most exciting disciplines of cross-country and show jumping into one action-packed event. It will demand the ultimate in concentration and athletic ability. Jess Manson is the hometown favourite. She comes fresh from a big win in Adelaide last month, and she's here to try to make it 2 in a row. Jess, firstly, congratulations on your win at Adelaide last month. You've since made the long trip back to Perth. Is Legal Star, known to his fans as Trumby, on form and ready to win?
Yeah, so thank you. I think Trumby's definitely on form. He pulled up well from Adelaide and he's travelled well from South Australia back to WA, so I think he definitely could be in with a chance.
You finished 14th last year on this horse at Eventing in the Park. What did you learn from that experience and how have you altered your preparation this year?
Yeah, so I think at Eventing in the Park last year I had prepared him a little bit differently. I'd also run him at Adelaide just before Eventing in the Park last year. I've changed a few things in between the two events and I think our preparation's been a bit different. He's also has been on better form this year, so I think hopefully he'll be in with a better chance.
So you and Trumby obviously have a great partnership, having been together for 8 years. How much of an advantage do you think that is compared with some of the other riders that are competing on borrowed horses?
Trumby and I have been together for a very long time. We do know each other very well. I think that definitely helps, especially in this situation where there's a lot of atmosphere, there's a lot going on. I think it certainly helps when you know your horse that bit better. Saying that though, I think the riders that we have here, they're all very, very good riders. They're on good horses, so I think they will also be hard to beat still.
So you're WA born and raised. What's it going to mean to you to win here in front of your home crowd?
Oh, it would definitely mean a lot. Obviously, it's very exciting to, win wherever you are, but to be back in WA and to win in front of a home crowd would definitely be very special.
Yes, Irish Specialist, a horse that is owned by Bridget Wass. Bridget's been a great supporter of Clayton over many years, and I think she was thrilled to give Clayton the ride on this beautiful grey horse, and he is going along at a lovely rate now. Again, he's seen quite a few of the horses go through. I had a bit of a chat to Clayton mentioning he's lucky number 13, and I'm sure he's just going to blow that myth out of the water today. Oh, a lovely line through that big double brush, and Clayton pushing on now. I mentioned earlier that they're not aware of the speed that they have to cover the ground on, so it really does come back to their experience. Ooh, a little bit hesitant there. He just had a little half stride in front there, but Clayton sat tight, and the good riders, you'll see them not do a lot. It looks like they're not doing a lot at all, but they're sending a lot of very positive messages to the horses. This lovely horse Irish going along nicely now, and here we come down to the solid gold treble. 3 fences, all show jump rails. If he touches these fall off and he incurs penalties straight away. Oh, very clean through. Pushing the horse on now as he sees the fence there, just near the cameras that we have in position this year, and around the corner, fence 15. The Channel 9 fence, no problems. This horse, look at him, he's such a beautiful horse. His ears are pricked, he's really focusing on what Clayton's asking him. Over the Shacks Holden fence. Now Clayton went to the left-hand side there. He obviously feels that gives him a better line onto the Dolphin fence. Clear for Clayton there. A lot of horses have taken that fence and caused penalties, and very, very narrow fence at the back element of that water complex. The Windringham recruitment fence and up to the Narrows jump. Beautiful. Not many horses have had problems there today, Dean. That's been a very easy fence for them after some of the big questions. There's still some questions to go. This railway crossing just sits there in little cups. If they hit that one, that falls, and there's penalties. 1 fence to go. Clayton, a clear round. He's going to be very close to the money on the big grey horse, and he pushes through. I think he knows he's really close to the line here, and let's see what the judges say.
Congratulations winning the event.
Thanks so much, mate.
Got the brand new Holden Arena Spark. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, looks good.
There's the keys. We'll have to spin around the...
Might be a long drive back to Florida, but I'll give it a go. You know, I've been based overseas for 25 years now, and to come back to Perth and have an event that's developed like this, and to then be able to win it, it means an awful lot to me. So I'm really proud of that.
A great part of eventing in the park is the public course walk. This gives spectators the opportunity to get up close and personal with the jumps and give them a real feel for the complexity and the fine details gone into every single jump on course.
This year hasn't entirely gone to plan for Olympian Chris Burton. Having been selected once again to represent Australia at the World Championships in Normandy, he was forced to withdraw his horse prior to the cross-country phase. He's here today at Eventing in the Park, hopeful to finish 2014 on a high. So Chris, this is your first time to Perth. What are your impressions of the city?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to say it's my first time to WA, but it's great to be here. Good to see what all the hype is about, and a beautiful city it is, and been great weather since I've been here, so it seems like a nice place to live, Clay.
And Eventing in the Park, what are your impressions of this event compared with the big ones you've been to all around the world?
Isn't it fantastic? What a great setting here in front of the river with the city as a backdrop. I think that's really special. These classes, are, as you know, are quite unique, and they're always an exciting class, so anything can happen, but it's a great layout and we're looking forward to riding it.
So Chris, you famously won the Adelaide 4-star last year on a borrowed horse. You're on another borrowed horse here this time. How difficult is that, and what do you reckon your chances are?
It is difficult catch riding, but sometimes you don't have the baggage because you don't know the horse, so you tend to ride off your feel a lot more. I don't think I can get that lucky 2 times in a row. I think that's a big ask, and that was a special thing, but looking forward to it.
So as you know, Chris, the first prize is a brand new Holden. The second prize is diamonds from Solid Gold. Has there been any pressure from your girlfriend to go for second and not first?
Yeah, sure. Beck would love to have all those diamonds, but first place would suit me better, if I'm honest.
With a Holden Captiva on the line, it's time to check out Shaq's Grand Prix action, and we start with Michael D'Agostino on Razzle Dazzle. He toured South Africa in 2002 with the WA eventing team. Joining us once again is Sean Lowry.
Thanks, Dean. And of course, this is Mike's second ride today. He had a great ride earlier in the Diamond class, so he has a little bit of an advantage here. He knows what the going's like, and he certainly has a bit of an appreciation of how these fences are riding. Nicely over the Solid Gold, up onto the bank and the hay roll. Now, this time the horses have 30 jumping efforts. 30, it's a big effort.
Ow.
That's a big effort on a big day, and these fences just keep coming over the very big QBE fence, and now over the Horseland Boot, one of the newer fences in this class. And we wish Mike the best through the big ring of fire. We talked about that one there as the horses were walking the course earlier, and a few riders thought it might have been on fire, but it got their attention. A little bit safer through the water this time on his more experienced horse, up over the bank and down over the Burswood on the Swan. Hasn't caused too many problems for the more experienced horses. Now around the corner onto the Solid Gold. Now this is the quadruple bar. This is a complex very rarely tackled by event horses or show dump. 4 jumps in a row, so really does test their ability to be supple, gymnastic, and really listen to the horses. Angled fences there, 2 big fences, and Mike kicking this horse along now, Razzle Dazzle. He knows the pace he has to go at. As I mentioned, this is his second ride, so he does have that little bit of edge on his competitors. A big jump there through the TAB, and gives his crowd again, playing up to the crowd as he always does, and that's what we expect from Mike, and he gave him a little bit of a wave as he jumped that big TAB double. Coming up now to the water complex. Oh, just takes the back rail there. Nothing to be ashamed of. Plenty of horses have taken that today, but it's only some minor penalties indeed. Coming up to the Winteringham recruitment fence. Lovely big complex right in front of the arena. Up to the Narrows fence. Again, just building blocks on top of those, so if those horses clip one of those building blocks, it's penalties straight away, but none for Razzle Dazzle and Mike D'Agostino. The big Shacks Holden Ute drives on now to the Little Mushroom, a very narrow fence. All sorts of questions being asked of these horses. The last fence, Mike saw a lovely stride, and wouldn't you know it, plays up to the crowd again, and a lovely round by Mike D'Agostino on his second horse, Razzle Dazzle.
Lining the borders of the main arena, we have these beautifully presented marquees where spectators are treated to a variety of wining and dining options. This really adds to the atmosphere of the event and brings together what eventing in the park is today. Solid gold diamonds, fashions on the field, showcase Perth's fashionistas. Today, the top 24 are battling it out on the catwalk for the $5,000 prize pool thanks to solid gold diamonds.
Time to look at Chris Burton from Toowoomba in Queensland. He's competed right around the world, represented Australia at the 2012 London Olympics, and is an Australian Eventer Rider of the Year, Sean.
Well, this man is one of eventing's superstars around the world wherever he goes. He has rock star status. And this horse, he literally has ridden once a day ago.
Wow.
He didn't quite gel with the previous horse that he had been allocated. And Jess Manson, the young lady from Western Australia who's already ridden her legal star around the course, offered this horse to Chris, a relatively inexperienced horse that she purchased from Tasmania last year. And all credit to Chris, he is doing a great job on a relatively inexperienced horse, but he did tell Jess he really loved it and he was happy to have this horse as his mount in the big class today. And it is going along like it's been doing it all its life through the town of Victoria. The ring there, and as they come around to one of the first big questions, through the water, 2 strides, over the jetty, no problems there for 2 chances and Chris Burton. Up to the bank, over the Easy Pride's fence, and the bank especially built here for this competition, nicely over the Burswood on Swan. Now, one of the really big questions for a horse and rider combination that don't know each other very well, 4 jumps in a line, any knock here incurs penalties, and those rails haven't moved beautifully through the 4 fences. That's why this guy is one of the top riders in the country, and if not around the world. sits beautifully on a horse, and for a horse that he's only ridden once before and a few jumps in the warm-up arena this morning, boy, they could really go close to taking this off. They seem to be going along nicely. The horse, every now and then, you'll just watch, he lifts his head up and says, look, I'm not sure what you're asking me. Well, they've only worked together once before, so understandable. One of the big questions, a lot of the horses have taken this and incurred 4 penalties over the dolphin fences, into the water, and a very narrow fence there at the brush. This horse and rider combination look like they've been together for a whole season. What a great job he's doing so far. The Winteringham recruitment fence, the big pink fence in the middle of the fantastic arena here at Venting in the Park. Over the Narrows Bridge, 2 fences to go. I think it's the Shacks Holden fence and then the Black Swan. Can this combination really pull off a great result? They'll be in the top 3 or 4 over the Narrow Mushroom. The Black Swan, the last fence. This combination only put together in a day ago, and how did they go? The judge will call this one.
Well, that puts him right in the frame, you think, for the Holden Captiva. Well done, Chris Burton.
Solid goal. Fencing in the back. It is Chris Burton. And 2 chances. Round of applause.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much. Terrific event.
So what does it mean to win this one?
Well, it's not every day of the week you win a car, is it? So what a great show. First time to WA, and we'll be back for sure because this is amazing.
Talk us through your run, your thoughts on it.
Oh, look, the horse had been beautifully prepared by Jess Manson, so in many ways all the hard work was done. All I had to do was steer him around. So I was delighted to come in first, and great day.
So I know it's your first time in Perth. Your thoughts on the area and the event itself?
Well, what a special event. I hope everyone comes back next year. Well, I'm sure they will, because it's on the river with the Perth skyline. It doesn't get much more special than this, does it?